Today, we're talking about the hidden dangers that might be lurking inside your home's outlets. We're going to break down some of the most common and seriously costly electrical mistakes that could be frying your expensive gadgets without you even knowing it. It sounds a little dramatic, doesn't it? But really, think about it for a second. Your electrical system is supposed to be the lifeblood of your home. But what if it's actually doing the opposite? What if it's secretly fighting against the very devices you plug into it? That's the thing. We're not talking about some freak lightning strike. We're talking about small, simple things we all do. Little oversights that can lead to dead appliances, and yeah, repair bills that can easily cost you thousands. So let's dig in and uncover what they are. Okay, so first, let's really get a handle on your home's hidden dangers. To get this, you kind of have to change how you think about the power running through your walls. It's not just another utility bill. It's a seriously powerful force that, you've got to respect. And this quote it hits the nail on the head. This same electricity that lets you binge watch your favorite show can turn into a destructive enemy if it's not managed the right way. That respect is really the first line of defense for your home. All right, let's get into the main event, the 5 costliest mistakes. We boiled it all down to 5 key things that people do every single day, most of the time without having a clue about the risk they're creating. Let's break them down. First up, the all-time classic. Just plug in way too much stuff into one outlet. You know what I'm talking about, that octopus of cords behind the TV stand. This is easily one of the most common and dangerous mistakes out there. And what's really happening here is a domino effect. It all starts with the outlet overheating. That heat alone can wreck the delicate circuits inside your electronics. But it gets worse. All that heat is a massive fire risk, and over time, it's putting a huge strain on your home's wiring, just wearing everything out way faster than it should. Okay, on to mistake number 2. Now this one's a little more subtle, but it is so important. It's grabbing just any random extension cord for a big, power-hungry appliance. Trust me, not all cords are made equal, and getting this wrong can be a disaster. So here's the deal. That thin little cord you use for a desk lamp, that's a light-duty cord. If you try to power a space heater or a fridge with it, you're basically forcing a fire hose worth of electricity through a garden hose. The wire just can't handle it. It'll overheat, and that's when you get short circuits and dead appliances. You've got to match the cord to the appliance. Now this next one, it seems so smart, right? A neat and tidy way to hide ugly cables. But hiding your cords under a rug or a piece of furniture is actually a huge no-no. And here's why it's so bad. That rug, it's like a thick blanket. It traps all the heat the cord naturally generates, and that heat can literally melt the plastic insulation right off the wire. Once that happens, you've got live wires exposed, which is, the perfect recipe for a short circuit and a fire. Not to mention, you can't even see if the cord is getting damaged under there. Okay, mistake number 4. This one is all about defending your gear from an invisible enemy that strikes in a split second, a power surge. If you don't have protection, your most expensive electronics are basically sitting ducks. And yeah, that's exactly what it is. A power surge is like a tidal wave of extra voltage hitting your home. It could be from a nearby lightning strike or even just your air conditioner kicking on. For your computer or your big screen TV, that jolt is like an instant knockout punch. And our final mistake, well, it might be the most critical of all. It's when you ignore the warning signs your house is trying to give you. Your electrical system will absolutely tell you when something is wrong, but you have to know what to listen for. These right here are the big red flags. Frayed wires, that's an obvious one. But what about a circuit breaker that trips all the time? That's not just annoying, it's a huge warning sign that a circuit is dangerously overloaded. Ignoring these is just like ignoring the check engine light on your dashboard. You can do it for a while, but eventually you're going to have a much bigger problem on your hands. Okay, so we've looked at all the scary stuff. Now, let's pivot and talk about the solutions. The good news is that protecting your home doesn't have to be super complicated or break the bank. It really just comes down to a few smart habits. Let's take storms, for example, a major cause of power surges. The plan is super simple. 1. Unplug your expensive stuff, your TV, your computer. It's the only 100% guaranteed way to protect them. 2. During the storm, just try to stay off any corded phones or devices. And 3, if you want that peace of mind all year round, you can think about a more permanent solution like whole home protection. So moving beyond just habits, let's talk about leveling up your defenses. There are some specific tools out there that can really fortify your home's electrical safety for the long haul. you've pretty much got 3 tiers of protection. For your basic needs, a simple surge protector strip is perfect for your desk setup. If you want to step it up, a smart power strip is great for an entertainment center. And then there's the ultimate option, a whole home surge protector. That gets installed right at your electrical panel and covers every single outlet in your house. And the cool thing about these smart power strips is you get a 2-for-1 deal. Not only do they protect from surges, but they actually save you money on your electric bill by cutting power to devices that are just sitting there on standby. So it's safety and efficiency all in one. Now, this is absolutely crucial. Know your limits. Plug it in a power strip, you got this. But anything that involves touching the actual wires in your wall or messing with your electrical panel, that is a job for a pro. Seriously, one small DIY mistake can cause thousands in damage and create a major fire hazard. It's just not worth the risk. Okay, we have covered a ton of ground. So to wrap this all up, let's boil it all down into one final, simple checklist you can use.
Here we go. First, don't put all your heavy hitters on one outlet. Spread them out. Second, always use a heavy-duty cord for a heavy-duty appliance. Third, keep your cords out in the open. No hiding them under rugs. Fourth, get surge protectors for your valuable stuff. Fifth, just take a quick look at your cords every now and then to check for damage. And finally, for the big jobs, call an electrician. Get these 6 things down and you could seriously save yourself a ton of money and headaches.
And that brings us to one last question to think about. You've taken all these steps to protect your appliances, and that is fantastic. But remember, those devices are only as safe as the system that's powering them. So maybe it's time to ask, how healthy is the wiring that's hidden behind your walls?